Oh, wow. This is really, really dark. This is really dark. I need a lamp. Sorry. Is this better? That's like really bright if I do it like this. I don't want to have it shining on me like that. Yeah, super dark, super bright. Can't use the shop light for this. Can I bounce it off the wall behind me? It helps a little bit, but man, this is really, really grainy. One sec, be right back. Okay. Lamp on the side of the table, like that. That's a little better. We'll work with that. Good evening. Welcome to Brian and you. Our task this evening is to schedule RCR Phoenix. That's our next big trip. Is going to be regular cars, Phoenix, Arizona. So my job here is to get my calendar, which is over here, and start emailing people to try to find cars in Phoenix, Arizona. The time we're going is going to be in March, but I don't know when. Maybe around St. Patrick's Day. That'd probably be a fun time. Go to Phoenix. People are saying Brown. People are saying he was a. We'll see. Thank you for $2 beer money. I am going to be drinking some leftover wine and actually make myself a vodka something, probably a vodka tonic, as we go through this, because I want to be in the right frame of mind. What should I have first? Should I have wine or should I make a mixed drink first? Because Mog Demuro says, show us our toilet. Toilet is right there. I will be answering super chats. If you feel like doing them, great. If not, whatever, I'll still talk to the chat. Is there a way for me to do a slow-mo just through the app here? Timestamps? Don't know. Neither alcohol is bad for your health. Some people say Smirnoff, mixed drink, mixed drink. People are saying mixed drinks first, wine to slow down. Okay, so we'll do mixed drink, and then definitely water and figure that out. Rec, good to see you. Phoenix is 5 hours away from me, and I frequently go there for friends. Excellent. I've never been to Arizona ever, but Philly flies direct from Philly to Arizona, so that was an easy choice. It was going to be either Philly or Vegas, but Vegas, I guess. What I really want is to go to a car auction, like one of the like a Mecum or a Barrett Jackson. And Scottsdale's right there in Phoenix. And I don't know if they do it rolling, if they're always doing auctions, or if it's a special event. I'm not certain. That's sort of something I want to do. Regular cars, are you in Pennsylvania? Yep, Pennsylvania channel. Esker says, if you hadn't gotten into an accident, will you ever have another car till the what? If you hadn't gotten into an accident, would you have gotten another car till the Vagabond Falcon? I guess they're talking about the Echo. I probably would have driven that Echo into the ground. Will C says, eventually the Echo had its limitations, although I do miss that car. Will C says, oops, wine money instead. I recommend a nice red. You're in luck because that's what I have. I got Sutter Home. Phoenix is 5 hours. Oh, that was wreck. Phoenix is 5 hours away from me. Evan says, what is the fastest 40-yard dash, 1 mile and 5K? My fastest I don't run anymore because my right knee is out of cartilage, but I don't know. I've never timed myself. When I thought I was going to go into the Air Force, I got my mile down to, I don't know, it was a mile and a half, I think, that the Air Force did. And I was able to do a mile and a half in under 10 minutes. That was good-ish. So, yeah. Anyway, Maxwell says, come to Chicago and I will what? And I will pay for your Lyft ride. Regular trains, anyone. Nate says, please come to Arizona. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Anyway, I have food cooking back there in my weird kitchen. So at times I'm going to have to step away and go into the kitchen. So be aware of that. So we got our inbox. Brandon Young says, caught you live again. Happy Thanksgiving. Mentioned my RSX Type S last time. If you like the Prelude, you'll love it. 200 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. Really? RSX Type S can do that. K20 out here in Southern California. That sounds fun. And thank you for your donation. You're keeping regular cars going and also getting us to Arizona. Workforce 520, hello. Wouldn't be a podcast without you. Customer at work traded in a super clean 01 loaded Corolla with only 41,000 miles. That's going to be a very nice car for whoever gets it. I like that. Stick shift or no? Murray says, can't stay, but come back to Mammoth. Yeah. I love Mammoth. I'd definitely do it again. Burn after eating. Burn after eating. I'm going to pause it right there, and I'm going to go check on my food and make myself a drink. I'll be right back. Take it easy, guys. So we're going to do a vodka and tonic. Little airplane bottle here. It's going to be Tito's. Yeah, that's good. And seltzer water. And those are frozen cherries. That's our flavor. Delicious. Okay, Burn After Eating says, shout out from Delaware County. Also have an RSX Type S shout out to the dude above me. That's cool. Cam Main says, I copied your poop chant to Brian George, your poop chant to Brian George and your Aspen, and sent it to my friend's ex over Discord. That's funny. What happened? And thank you for your donation. You're keeping RCR going. We got the brain specialist. Says, met you at the Toronto meet. Sorry if we made you all a bit uncomfortable. If you ever come back, I've got an A7 Supra and an 04 IS300. You didn't make me feel uncomfortable. It's just I'm an introvert. Of course, what we're doing here is fine, but it's a very odd feeling, and I don't think any humans are really cut out for that amount of attention. I suppose, I was in marching band, and of course you had people looking at you, but there's a lot of people there, and I have no problem with public speaking, but there's a definite barrier between yourself and the audience, and everybody knows their roles. In a car meet, it's just kind of, you're surrounded by people, and like the primitive part of your brain just thinks, am I about to get jumped here? Like, is someone going to be super weird? Am I going to be attacked? No, you're not, but your mind is still playing tricks on you. Anyway, Owl Guy 007 says, compared to Texas Lemon Rally and WON in 1969 CJ5. Oh, you competed in Texas Lemon Rally and won in a 1967 CJ5. I hope I can head up to Retreat from Moscow in our 73 lot of I guess I'm in 2019 or 2020 and finally meet you. I don't think I'll be doing Retreat from Moscow this year. I have other things going on in the winter. I'm definitely going to be skiing more, and I have more car trips. Like 2020 for RCR is going to be all domestic. So, and also I'm going to be scouting locations. So I don't know if I have it in my schedule for winter or spring for a week to just drive a junky car. It was fun when it was over. I do want to do the Retreat from Moscow again, but some other time. It's not in the schedule this year for me to do it. But if you do it, please, post pictures and everything. It's a fun time. It's a pretty intense undertaking. Hill Glack says, and thank you for your donation. Did you make it to the Susquehannock Trail Performance Rally? No, I did not. I'm sorry. If you need to go next September, fast cars on dirt through the woods, it's a good time. I'm sure it is. September is like prime motorcycle riding for me, and also excellent classic car driving for me. I mean, September is a great month in Pennsylvania, so I tend to pick my vacations carefully because there's so many days in that month. September isn't so bad when you when you're not in school anymore. Fernando Silvangi, thank you for your donation. Are you ever coming to Australia, Brian? Yes. RCR Australia 2021. We are coming to Australia in 2021. So not this coming year, but the year after that. I don't know when, probably March. March is like our travel month. So it's probably going to be March after your heat kind of dies down a little bit. David Irwin says, I don't know a lot about car trivia, but I love to draw them. Excellent. We'll have our own passions. Love your channel. Love you too, man. Thanks. Thank you for keeping RCR going. Definitely put your money to good use. Tiber Carter says, my buddy introduced me to y'all. Would love to have you come to Texas one day. I was just there a few months ago. I was in San Antonio racing, or excuse me, San Marcos, where Harris Hill is. I have a narrative I need to write about my learning to race, because I am still learning to race. I have a long road to go, but Monica and Nugget are very, very, very good teachers. I just wish there was a track like Harris Hill around Pennsylvania where I could learn like I can there. Monica says I need about like 3 solid days to get a good base for learning how to control a car on a track and get over my fear of crashing. I'm going to move this lamp behind the laptop, so hopefully that'll light me a bit better. Yeah, that's definitely better. I should remember to keep the lamp there for future sessions. Okay, I smell my food, so I need to go quick, have a look at the food in there, and I will get right back to Austin Laminar. And don't worry about the people who gave the smaller super chats, the ones that are blue. Don't worry, I can hopefully scroll back up and get to them. And if not, sorry, I don't have Nick here, and we're not double teaming this. So I'm doing the best I can. Thank you so much for supporting regular car reviews in the way you are. Cheers. I should just go in my email and just type PHOENIX. There, just see all the cars that are available right now in Phoenix. My sausages are done, so I'm going to go right out in the kitchen and make myself a little bowl of sausages and vegetables and rice. So I apologize. I'll be eating right in front of you, but hopefully it's dinner time for where you are, and I'll be good. Okay, food. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Austin Laminar says, hey, Mr. Regular, over the years, which cars have lived up to or exceeded their expectations? The Honda Accord 6MT V6. That nearly hit all the buttons for me for a fun daily, takes 87 octane, 270 horsepower, 6-speed transmission. Doesn't have rear-wheel drive, but you need a daily. It should be front-wheel drive. If only that engine and that transmission came in a wagon, I would buy one instantly and just find a way to have my camera gear work with it, because it was so delightful at every single moment. I recommend that car to anybody. If only Toyota would have done something similar with the V6 that they had, because it's good too, but they never really did. They had the Corolla wagon, but it wasn't the same. Which ones weren't as good as you thought they would be? Well, that Lexus I something ES something, that rear-wheel drive 4-door automatic, V6 thing, it was hard. I think it was trying to be it was trying to be sporty and intense and also luxurious. And those two market segments just kind of collided with each other. I mean, it was fast. It was fast, but not as engaging as I'd hoped it would have been. When a car is hyped to be quick, I'm always cautious because I didn't think the Accord would be quick. And since we live in the age of the glorious LS, if you cannot top a tuned LS's low-end pull, what are you doing? You have to put all your real sales points and qualities into high-end boost. There's a video that's going to be coming out week after next, and I can spoil it because it's a POV drive of a M2 comp. You have like a BMW M2 competition package. And I was like, nah. And yeah, the 600 horsepower is fast. But it was only exciting when you were really into it. Just driving around, it felt like any other 2 Series or 3 Series. So maybe that's showing my desire to have everything feel like a muscle car, because that's kind of what I like. I like that low end pull, which is why I like both high horsepower V8s and I like Teslas for the same reason, because I like the grunt. Horsepower numbers at this stage, after doing regular car reviews for 5 years, is kind of How are you going to excite me? Grab my nuts. Anyway, thank you so much for your donation, man. Sorry, it's kind of trailed off right there. I lost my train of thought. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for supporting regular car reviews. Pennsyltucky Freedom says, take a trip down to the Pittsburgh area and review my 86 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. 19 feet and 130 horsepower. Yes. Love it. I don't know when I'm going to be in Pittsburgh next. But if you've submitted it to regular car reviews, the email, regularcars@gmail.com, your make, model, city, state, and then the car. Yeah. I love stuff like that. Excuse me. I've been kind of hangry because I came from the gym. Will C says, maybe those will stick around longer. Going skiing for the first time in February for next week. Any tips to make the most out of my ski trip? Thank you all for the content. Been watching you for years. Of course, take a lesson. If you're doing a ski trip, take a lesson. Oh, my friend's going to teach me. Great. Have him teach you and then take a lesson. Take a lesson from someone like me who was a ski instructor, who will take your time and teach you the basic physics of how these skis work. Do that. The rest of the days is going to be amazing, because an instructor knows how to teach. Your friend may be very good. Does he have the patience? But are then you going to get mouthy with your friend? I'm not saying you're going to, but you might. I learned from my dad, and it was tough. And then maybe I had a lesson or two. Eventually I got it, but I didn't get really good at skiing until I started teaching the sport and got to be around other like seasoned professionals. Because, when you're with family members or with friends, the barriers between good behavior and emotions tend to dissolve. But when you're with a real teacher, you tend to listen to them a little bit better. Not that I'm saying that you're not going to listen to friends. But whatever they're charging for a one-on-one lesson, not a group. Spend the money. A one-on-one lesson, it's going to be great. Get a man who's older too, not a teenager. Get a man who's done this, who really wants people to learn. Sorry, I love sausage. And thank you for supporting regular car reviews. You know what? Actually, I don't really feel drunk. I think we can go for the rest of this. Yep. Hi Glack says, if you're learning to race, you should get a virtual reality racing sim setup. That's a boatload of fun trying not to die. Also, can we expect RCR MCM join episode? I'd love to. I'd love to work with Mighty Car Mods. There were some emails like years ago between me and Moog. I haven't heard back from them. When I have dates, I'll email Moog again and say, hey, we're coming to Australia for realsies this time. You want to hang out? But, you know, I'd love to do a crossover episode, but here's what I want to do. I want to be in one of their shows, but I just want to be in the background somewhere. Like whatever they're doing, I'll help them film. I'll be a grip or whatever. But I'll just be in the background just going like this. Or I'd be in the background doing that move where I lay on my back and try to suck my own dick with like clothes on. So that's what I like. That's how I want to take participation. I just want to be an ass hat in the background somewhere. I need a shirt with a big Pennsylvania flag on it for when I travel overseas. Like not an American flag, a Pennsylvania flag. Glory to the Commonwealth. And thank you for your donation. Hi, Glack. Oh, I see some NZ dollars. I got a $5 right there on my bulletin board. Hey, are you ever going to come to the South Island of New Zealand? Yes, I was there this past year. Was it 2019? It was the year before, 2018. I did go to the South Island, but I went to Queenstown because I was a tourist. And I saw the Gucci store right on the beach. And I went up to the top of the mountain. And I rode the steamship. And then we got to drive in a Subaru with like what we would call it the RS engine. But I think the 2-liter double cam, non-turbo, but great. Standard ride height so we could jump curbs and stuff. And we were ripping that thing around the back road. That was fun. I hated tourists by the end of the first night because we're in this Subaru that moves. And we're just putting it pops and stuff. So that was great. South Island's amazing. Wow, gas was expensive. Everything was expensive. South Island is way more expensive than the North. I will come back to New Zealand at some point. I don't think on my 3rd trip to New Zealand, I will go to the South Island. Sorry. My plan would probably be to get an Airbnb in Lower Hutt and either hire a motorcycle or something like that and kind of relax and have the freedom of movement that I really like. Like my highlight of New Zealand was riding that Zero motorcycle around. That was brilliant. Please give me more of that. Okay, moving on. I Stink. Thank you for your generous donation. Her survived the Texas Lemon Rally. Awesome. Barely. Uh-oh. Taking a different ride for the next one. My uncle has 3 cars on his property, and he'll sell me 2 of them. A 1979 Triumph TR7. You should call it my friend Jim. He has an old Triumph, too. 1964 Falcon Futura Ragtop. Awesome. And 91 Daytona. Dumbest combo. I mean, of course, a 64 Falcon Futura. I mean, that's a 2nd-gen body style, so you got all the Mustang parks. That thing's bitching. Rally lights and everything on that. Love it. Of course, Falcon, clearly. That's what you got to take next time. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Andrew Davenport says, I blame you blame me, for buying a Suzuki Esteem wagon. What is that? I don't know what kind of car that is. I love this car, and it's actually a great car. Thank you. I'm glad it worked out for you. I don't know what a Suzuki Esteem is. Gonna have to look it up. Suzuki Esteem. Looks like a Nissan Sentra. Huh. They collaborate with like Daewoo or something like that. Anyway, there it is. Anyway, cool. Thank you, Aaron. I think, okay, Hearst. Now I have all those blue ones I got to get to. Okay, I was able to scroll back up to 9:39 p.m. My head's getting cold. I may have to put on a hat. Andrew Davenport doesn't have a question, but thank you for $1. Well, I guess it's not saving them. It doesn't cache them. So I'd have to have my tablet or something. I'm sorry to the people who were doing blue super chats. Thank you so much for doing that. You're helping RCR operate as a much larger YouTube channel than it is and helping us get out there. I do want to do an RCR car meet in Phoenix. I don't know where, because I don't know the city, what place would be large enough. I mean, when we did our last car meet here in Pennsylvania, we had 200 cars show up. So wherever we go, it would have to be big enough for that. I mean, maybe we could just say, like, if they're doing a Barrett Jackson, maybe I could say, hey, we're just going to be there. You know, find an event that's already happening and we'll just show up too. Maybe that could work. Anyway, I think I'm going to put a hat on. Okay, hit the character limit, but I meant body and second car, drivetrain. All 3 cars have been sitting around for well over 10, 20 years. Oh, boy. Well, my vote is still for the Falcon because it's the simplest to fix, even though the parts are going to be like from Falcon Enterprises or something. So that guy just says no money. Remember when RCR had an intern did a video? What happened to him? He has a job now. That's Ben Wright. We get this question a lot. He had an intern. He worked for a semester, and now he has a job down in the Philly area. I see him from time to time. In fact, he helped out with a review that I think is going to be our Christmas. That is going to be our Christmas special. So you'll see Ben Wright again. Of course, this time I had to pay him. I mean, I still paid him. Like. Ben Wright received all the YouTube revenue for the video that he did for the first month it was up. And I handed him that check, and he was like, thanks. And I'm like, my pleasure. Sergeant Oprah 1 says, longtime listener, first-time caller. My wife has a 2006 Scion TC, and I have a 1990 Miata and a 94 B2300. I think that's the pickup truck. We're considering picking her up or used Xterra or a 4Runner. Which one you pick? Easily, 4Runner. I wouldn't do the Nissan at all. I mean, it looks cool, but 4Runner is just outclassing the Xterra on every single part. Buy the Toyota. It's going to last longer, and you're going to love it more. You see, I'm shaking my head no, because I'm also thinking of the Xterra. I mean, the Xterra looks cool. Do not get the Xterra. Get the 4Runner every single time. Thank you for your question. Excellent. Good question. Fry PRDU says, I'm always impressed by your essays on social commentary intermixed with incredible vulgarity. Well, thanks. My professors didn't think so. My parents didn't like it. It's nice to have that appreciation now. You're one of the easiest YouTubers to marathon. Thanks. You know, I talked to a guy who was on the last shoot. He said, you know, I listen to you while I sleep. And I'm like, I should have told him about the Weather Channel one. That's a good one to fall asleep to. And then my alternate channel, Mr. Regular, where I just make vaporwave tracks. Oh, by the way, I do have an alternate YouTube channel that I don't promote here. It's just called Mr. Regular. And as of now, I think there's only like 1 or 2 videos on there, but it's just vaporwave. It's not dead. I'm still making it. You're the easiest YouTubers to marathon. How long does it take to write one of your essays? 3 hours. Of course, that's Nick and I riding at the same time, and then there may be some drafts afterwards. But literally, we just go to a cafe, get some coffee, get some food, and just bang it out. It's our job. Nate Dagwanari. Actually, I want to get to the ones before they expire. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Always this your estimate. How long? Thanks. OP Canadian says, have you ever wanted to look at regular car culture in Northern Ontario, Canada? My community is the epitome of Canadian car culture and a Bricklin SV1. Nice. Bricklin. Sure, I'd love to go deeper into Canada. I apologize that we just did GTA last time. But, you know, that's where the action was. It'd be fun to just road trip before. I've driven up to Ottawa before. My friends and I drove up to Montreal before. It's great. A lot of driving. Canada's big. You don't understand how large Canada is until you get away from the city and you're like, yo, it's big. Because there's times where it's just a road and it's road. I mean, picture like the Midwest of the United States and get rid of Indianapolis, get rid of Cincinnati, get rid of Des Moines, nothing until Denver. That's like driving to Montreal. Satisfied sniff. Wiping my nose with my sleeve. I'm classy. Have you ever wanted to... there's a 1985 Celica Super for sale in Plato, Texas. Should I? Question mark. Wish I could put the link up here. It depends if you own a house or have a garage or want to. I'm always very cautious about stuff pre-2000 because now you're dealing with a lot of vacuum lines. And you're dealing with something that not every garage can fix. Now, if you're going to be fixing it yourself, you want it for an adventure, great. If you're expecting a car that you're going to turn the key every single time and have it start, that's why I got rid of my MR2. It's not because it didn't blow up or didn't break. It's because it didn't break yet, and I wanted the memories to be happy. I would be cautious about something that old. But thanks. It's a great question. Have a mechanic look at it. Get a pre-purchase inspection before you buy that. It'll cost you about $35 to $60, and it's worth it. Duncan343 says, the first video I watched of yours was the 1990 Lexus LS400. I have one now, 320,000 miles and counting. Great. They don't die, right? They're great cars. There's nothing wrong with them. They just keep going. My favorite quote was when Farah said he tried to get in contact with Lexus. Hey, you want to do like a promotion with this car? And they're like, no. That's what we built this car to go. 1,000,000 miles. They don't die. That granted, he had a fix. Like it's like the drive, the engine was great. The automatic transmission took a crap like once or twice, and other stuff broke around. But other than that, it was a fantastic vehicle. Nate Dahl Green says, have you ever reviewed or ridden a Pontiac G8 GT? I'm in Norfolk, Virginia. No, but I want to, because it's a Holden Commodore, and we had the SS here. My torso is getting cold. I need a hoodie. How appropriate. I'm wearing a regular car reviews hoodie. Have you ever reviewed or ridden in a Pontiac? Yeah. No, I did the SS. So what I know my criticism with the G8 is going to be, hey, it's like an SS with a shit interior. I mean, it's mid-2000. It's like 2000s GM, which means it's still 90s GM, which means the engine is great and everything else is sticky and gross. But I do want to drive one. And I like that, you know, for the sake of commerce, that the prices of these cars are still steady and high. And it's a four-door car with a V8, so what exactly are you complaining about? Good question. Thank you. Lexus LS 400. Okay. Plank Hill. I like that name. Thank you for your generous donation, too. I don't know crap about cars, but definitely enough to know that a 2003 Ford Focus that just hit 46,000 miles last week is maybe something. Drive through PA a few times a year. That's something you cover. I think I did cover Ford Focus. I think it was the SVT-EA European Appearance Package one. Yeah, I think they're fine. Stick shift, that'd be great. And I think in the automatics back then, we're still using a torque converter, so the automatics were fine. Nate said, when will you be in Phoenix? Just submitted my car 10 minutes ago. Nate, well, let me do a refresh here on my email. Maybe you're there, Nate. I don't see it, Nate. The last thing well, let me just do inbox in general. Oh, there you are. Nate. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. Honda Civic EX5 MT, Tucson, Arizona. R18 engine, single jingle slow, manual transmission. It's interesting. You have a fart can on there and a tow loop. I think I did a POV on the ST version of that. Okay, you got coilovers, shift knob, shift boot, decent amount of stickers, slaps. Is that what the kids are calling stickers these days? Slaps. Exhaust, custom. Well, who made it? Did you make it yourself on a lathe? Tow hook, LED interior lighting, custom Arizona plate. It'd be so amazing to have your reviewer car. I've been a subscriber since the Jetta episode. Wow, that was a while ago. Thank you for being a subscriber. There is a mountain local to me that's famous for the tours and the views. Mount Lemon Cookie Cabin. Ooh, that does look like a good road. When we film, what we like to have is like a parking lot to use, but yeah, it'd be so good if we could film up in the mountains. We got some more coming in. I see some blue ones here, so I don't want to leave the blue ones hanging. Blue ones. There's one. I'll go right to the top here. Will C. Again, Will C. Thank you. Mr. R as an asshat in the background of MCR FUD. I think he means he supports the idea of me being an asshat in the background of a Mighty Car Mods video. It'd be fun, like they're explaining something and I just roll, like hot dog roll across, going, oh no, it happened twice. I have to call the doctor. And that would be it. Anyway, scrolling down. Suzuki Esteem. Got to find those blue ones. Dankenclacker, 2 pounds. Come to United Kingdom again, and I can get you driving a train. Really? Because I thought the UK was the land of rules, and it's hard to review a train. I mean, I've looked into it here, and the laws are insane. And that's the US, land of freedom. It's easier for me to review an airplane in the United States than it is to review a train. You cannot get near those tracks. You have to have insurance, and lawyers need to get involved. The railroad business is serious. You know, once you're up in an airplane, you can kind of just, as long as you file a flight plan, or even you don't, you're like a tiny airplane, just get up and go. I'm surprised how casual, like light aircraft culture is. I mean, everybody's super serious, but easy going. You know what you're doing. Don't auger into the ground. That's all. And, you can just kind of hang around the tarmac of an airport, a civil airport, like a little municipal airport. You just don't go past the flight line. Great. I put on my long lens. I film from there. But trains, that's different, man. But thank you for your donation. Get you driving a train. Well, send me an email and send me the details. regularcarreviews@gmail.com. Base Eldo says, where in Allentown do you live? I'm in Trexlertown. I don't live in Allentown, but I won't say where I live because it's the internet, right? But I like Allentown, and I think Trexlertown was the good Walmart. Like I went to college in Kutztown, so there was 2 Walmarts to choose from when you had to go get stuff. There was the good Walmart, which was, I think it was Trexlertown or Whitehall. I can't forget which. And then there's the smelly Walmart, which is Temple, which is Reading. It's like, which Walmart are we going to, the smelly one or the good one? And it ended up, we were usually going to Allentown. Blue ones. Toyota Lyris, the official car of, I don't know what a Toyota Lyris is. New tab. Toyota LITEACE. Toyota, oh, it's like a high ace, the light ace. That looks like something I'd see in New Zealand. Yeah, that is not a United States car, also known as Daihatsu Delta. Ooh, look at that one. Look how it looks in the 70s. That's bitchin'. That looks really cool, those old liveries. That looks like a lot of fun. Wow, 1978. Sweet. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can say anything bad about this. This looks kind of banging. Okay, Town Ace Nora doesn't look like. Oh, I've seen the Noah. Wait a minute, that's a Noah. That's Juliet Johnson's car. Yeah. Okay, so the ones from the 70s are the way cool ones. Good comment. Thank you. Definitely worth it. Workforce 520. There he is. I'll send you some pics of that clean Corolla. Excellent. Thank you. And thank you again for your donation. Thank you for supporting our regular car reviews so much. Can we have another regular plane review? Yes, we can. Sorry for my nose. Again, it's tough to find pilots who like dick jokes, but there's one friend, Tony Airlines's, and I've been talking to him for like a year. It's just you got to find the right time and the weather and stuff. But yes, I will do another plane review at some future date. Don't know when. Workforce 520 says, let's try again. Arizona dates and future LA trip. Don't know when I'll be coming to LA again. Of course you will, because it's LA. But sorry for my nose. I got to blow my nose. Pardon me, I need to send a message. Anyway, so dates, Arizona dates. As of now, it's going to be the week of St. Patrick's Day. Could change. Don't know when. Toyota Lias. Okay. Motorific says, can we request cars we want to see you review but don't own one to submit, like a wish list for fans? You'd be best off doing that on Regular Cars Reddit page. because my email is really just for cataloging cars that are available in different cities across the world. So Reddit's going to be your better place to do that for that. As of now, oh gosh, I can't think of anything I really want to do. Well, I mean, I'd be game to do more exotics, but they don't really come our way that often. So, and it's kind of tough to justify like a flight across the country to just go film one car. I mean, yeah, they'd probably do some more while we're there, but you know, I should really look if I want to make the Phoenix, Arizona trip worthwhile. I should probably get at least one like exotic in there that's not regular. But the thing is, those videos just bang like crazy. So, well, we definitely have to have like a halo car, something expensive, to be honest, down in Phoenix, and then have like your plate of veggies of regular cars to go along with it. But good question, Motorific. Thank you. Peter Height says, we met you when you reviewed my Saab 900 in the Southern South. I remember that car because you could draw on the hood. He did the blackboard paint. Dude, that was a hot day. Florida heat, I am not accustomed to. My mind felt like cum. If you ever come back to Florida, I would love to have you review my 98 Lexus SC400. Don't know when I'd ever come back to Florida. Well, I was just in Florida. Like, I think past year I hung out with Freddie Tavares. But you know the drill. Year, make, model, city, state, regularcars@gmail.com. And we'll keep it on task and for eventually when we come back to fire. Hey, I see Tony Richardson at 10:06 p.m. says evening. I hope Tony Airlines said that he was not stuck at JFK, but the flight he was supposed to fly was changed. The schedule was changed. So he was just kind of put on what we would call standby. Just hang around the airport and we'll call you if we need you. And he's like, great, I can't go home. And he sent me this really funny picture. He went to a cafe in Brooklyn and he walked in and someone says, hey, I can't do a Brooklyn accent. I love the Brooklyn accent. I can't decide which 3 American accents I like best. Brooklyn, Boston, or South Carolina. Those are like my 3 favorite American accents. Anyway, hey, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, which means that these guys know Catch Me If You Can, which is a great movie. So, hey, Tony, hope it all worked out for you today. See you in a week, or in like 4 days. Anyway, thank you, Peter. Thank you for the great question and great donation. I answered Workforce 520. Michael Sheridan says, aside from the passing of Old Heller, pour one out for Old Heller, was there ever a moment when you thought RCR might be over? Yeah, right then and there. I thought, great, I wrecked my car and I'm broke and I live with my parents. Thought that was going to be the end of it. Yeah. And then the internet went crazy and then I was okay. It was a very loving feeling and a strange feeling. And but we kept true to our word. We only spent the money we asked for and the rest just went toward road trips. Yeah, but after that it was like, great, I don't know what. And the thing about that was I was still working on like a corporate job, not corporate, but I was working at one of those retail test prep centers because I wanted to try to keep working in the educational field. And I called my supervisor and I said, hey, sorry, I got into an accident. My car is totaled. So I don't know when I'm going to be in. And you know what she said to me? She said, oh, well, when do you think you're going to get a new car? And I'm like, come on, man. I'm making like $9 an hour. And your question to me is, when am I going to get a new car? I couldn't believe that. After that, I knew I wasn't going to work there. Unbelievable. Anyway, Andrew Davenport says, can we have another regular plane review? Got that. 2000 Jetta. Hey, Mr. R, my wife has a 2014 Jetta that has nothing but headaches. Okay. She's into old school boxy SUVs. Any suggestions that won't destroy my wallet? She wants an SUV. And a boxy one. Depends how old school you want to get. And what your interior, like what kind of interior game you're willing to put up with. Because my mind went right away to square body, because you're going to be able to sell it just as easily as you're going to be able to buy it. And then I also went to what I drive, a second-gen Forester. That is also boxy. It's not that old, and it's easy to work on. Most of them are very high mileage. Find one that's selling for like 110,000 miles on it. Most of them are going to be 195,000 miles on it, and someone's selling them because they know those EJ25 head gaskets are going to go again. But even that, like if you do the Subaru service, I wholly recommend, Katasaku Auto Repair for doing it. That's in Pennsylvania, if you're in Pennsylvania. If not, most people do Subaru head gaskets. It's a common thing for that vintage. Modern ones, not so much. Price point for buying a nice second-gen Forester, even if it's even if it's over 100,000 miles, is still going to be from $4,000 to $5,000, because people know they're good. And then the Subaru service is going to be $2,000 to $3,000 on top of that. And you're adding up like, wait a minute, I'm paying $8,000 to $9,000 for a car that's 13 years old. I'm like, yeah, because now you've got something that's essentially new once that Subaru service is done. And as long as the interior is fine and there's no rust on it, just replace the shocks and everything else and you keep going. There's your boxy, like small SUV. You need something larger. Someone before suggested the 4Runner, like a 4Runner from the 90s. That's not too bad either. Now, granted, all of these things are going to be high mileage, so there is some preventative maintenance to do. But yeah, it's going to be better than, I suggest Toyota or Subaru, because if you're coming off of a car that has lots of headaches, you don't want that anymore. Toyota is going to be is always going to be the better choice. But look at Subaru as well, just as a second opinion. Workforce 520, I sent you some bits of the, oh, bad click. Scroll up. We got Bob. We're almost an hour in. I haven't even searched for anything in Phoenix yet. Tony Richard says roads are salted. No more beat for a while. Yep, no more beat. Bob, SEK50. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for digging regular car reviews and helping us get out there. Have you really witnessed a boomer ordering the ham? No, I haven't. But you've seen who I'm talking about. What kind of establishment even serves the ham? A place that serves the ham. It's like a guy who goes to a diner and orders the hot ham and cheese. Or it's like something I remember seeing at all these family restaurants growing up in the 90s. There's like the hot ham plate where it's like thickly sliced ham, usually 3 slices, potatoes and like green beans that he won't eat. And like, you get butter and a roll. And that's like the ham dinner. Or it's like ham, mashed potatoes, and corn. And then butter and a roll. I like sweet, and he'll drink sweet tea. There's that thing. And everything's runny and wet on his plate. There was this place near me that used to serve that stuff. And I used to really like going to this particular restaurant when I was a kid because I liked sitting. They had big, big windows, the kind of windows that, went up over your head. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I don't think that restaurant's there anymore either. They used to do ice cream. I used to love that place. But there was like a ham dinner, and it was like literally like canned ham that you'd cut with a butter knife and a fork. And the ham is mostly water filler. Any like mom and pop diner will have that ham dinner, and they'll call it different things. Sometimes they'll melt American cheese on it. Gosh, I'm nostalgic now for those type of meals. It's like, it's just calories and no nutrition in that. I'm completely flummoxed. Well, hopefully I shed some light on that. Like, people in Pennsylvania, like Jersey, know exactly this dish I'm talking about. It goes by a million names. It's usually like country ham dinner. That's what it's going to be. And it's going to be ham from a can, corn, and mashed potatoes. Or sometimes they'll have like steak fries. Please tell me there's going to be a million people who know exactly this old man dinner I'm talking about. Samuel Gottschall, no question, but thank you for the $1. Thank you for liking RCR. Nate says, there is no video of yours that I haven't watched. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel nice. I'm looking forward to a follow-up. A follow-up to what? Like the next video? Let's be out on Monday. I reviewed, I have some regular cars. You're going to take hold of some exotic car reviews. Yeah, like once I get through these questions, hopefully I'll be able to look at my email and like figure some stuff out here for Phoenix. Smee again, can we get regular channel or car channel reviews? I'm not sure if I understand what that means. Regular car channel reviews? Like me reviewing other YouTube channels? I was talking with Fred Knutson, the guy who does the YouTube channel Down the Rabbit Hole, about doing a parody, like me doing a parody of the Ships and Star Citizen, which is this like the controversial game, but I've been having fun playing it like almost like every single night. It's kind of been the thing I look forward to. And in fact, Fred, if you're listening, I'm saving my glass of wine for flying through space after this, which reminds me, please, no more super chats. We're going to wrap this thing up once I get through all these things. So hopefully that's what you mean, High Black. P. Melling, 2293. Thank you for your donation. What was the thought behind the album on Bandcamp? Okay, my very first album, Songs I Wrote While I Poop. Or Songs I Wrote While I Pooped. And it's on Bandcamp. And you know the channel. It's up there. The trailer, the preview for the album is up there. I've been singing songs on the toilet for 30 years. It's about time I put a microphone in front of my face when I'm in there. I recorded the entire album on this. The H1N handy recorder by Zoom. So there it is. Fred says, oh, it's still going. Oh, yes, Fred. I am streaming questions on YouTube now, and me typing this on my computer is being larve-stormed. I am also drinking. Anyway, Shitbox Mechanic says, are y'all gonna, Fred just says, oh shit, what are you drinking? Well, come into the channel and see. Shitbox Mechanic says, are y'all gonna do any newer Mustangs like the S550, 2015 and 2020, or GT version of the later S197s? I want to do the GT version of the S197. Most of those are manual, but I also want Nick to have like a big thing because he's like the big Mustang guy. I mean, drives one. So newer Mustang S550. Yeah, I mean, of course you'll get to all the Mustangs. So yes, I'd love to get like the Cobra one, the one with the double cams and everything, the blower on it. Yeah. Also, next time in Florida, I don't know when I'm going to be in Florida next. I got to put on socks. Putting on socks. My left sock is on. My right sock is on. Here I come again. Anyway, so yeah, S197 is one I want to do. It's just a matter of like as they come across stuff, like as they flow on. Workforce 520 says, check your phone. I sent some good pictures. All right. Checking my phone. Where are you? Pictures. This is the 2001 Corolla LE with every option you could get except for leather seats. Only 41,000 miles. Damn. I mean, it's completely bland and it will run forever. You know, whoever gets that is going to love it. I love it. Moving on. Thank you for those pictures. And I also saw the picture of the Corvette. Thank you so much also for your continuous donations. Eric or Ace says, try a dealership if you want to review an exotic car. I mean, if I really had to like really start spinning plates and try to, if I really need to get one, I could do that. But then you got to be nice, right? I can't talk about uncircumcised penises if a Lamborghini dealership is going to get, like, let me drive an Aventador. That's not going to work. You get what I'm saying. Shitbox Mechanic says, well, never mind. Never mind on when you're coming back to Florida. Yeah, because I don't know when I'm coming back to Florida. For people just joining us, and if Fred is in the channel right now, like what I was trying to do here is live stream me sourcing cars for RCR Phoenix in March. And as of yet, I'm just talking to people, so I haven't even started yet. Andrew Davenport says, what are you drinking? There's none left, but I have wine coming in after this. There's a little bit left in here. There's a little airplane bottle of Tito's vodka. So I made a vodka and soda. And put some frozen cherries in for flavor. Jared says, bad dragon reviews. I don't need my asshole wrecked. You ever see those things that guys make? Those things will send you a bad dragon, the official dildos of having a rehearsed speech for the doctor. Well, you see, Doc, what happened was lie, 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 lie. How are you going to explain that? Frederick Knutson says, I would not recommend it. Look, there's some drums right here. Do you need me to play them? Anyway, so say hello to Frederick Knutson from Down the Rabbit Hole. Excellent channel. He's the greatest internet historian of our day. And he's with the people here. He also had a guest cameo in the RX-7 review. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Yes. I'd play it right now, but it's late at night here. Okay, we got a question here in, I think, Ruples or something like that. What is your opinion of the Tesla Cybertruck? I had this conversation on Christmas dinner. Because I'm the car guy now, so they want to ask me questions. It's fine. Beats political discussion at the Thanksgiving dinner table. So, yeah, that's right. I'm I'm not taking any more super chats, just because I want to try to wrap this up and at least source some cars here for regular car reviews Phoenix. I'm going to wrap this up in like 15 minutes. My opinion of this Tesla Cybertruck. We're talking about it, aren't we? It's done for a goof. Here's what it's done to get our attention. And that's what Elon does. I predict people are gonna, get their nipples all spinning because it looks weird and crazy. And then Tesla will come out with a normal pickup truck, like that Revin something that I saw at the auto show, just a regular ladder chassis, or maybe they'll get fancy and do unibody like a, you know what? I predict Tesla is going to make a Honda Ridgeline copy. People, this is like telling your parents something terrible leading up to a bad report card. So like, hey, like something terrible happened, and oh, by the way, I got a bunch of D's, and it isn't so bad. So you got this crazy looking wedge, low polygon count truck, and then a year from now, they'll come out with something that looks like a Honda Ridgeline, and people go, oh, thank God. They made something sensible. Whereas if they came out with a pickup truck, like the beginning to start with, the people go, oh, no, Tesla can't come and take my money away. People always think he's taking your money away. Whatever. That's what I predict is going to happen. That is the shocker. Or like when you're trying to sell a script or give suggestions to a superior, that old thing with your boss, you give them two options, one to reject and one to accept. Well, the Tesla truck was made for us to reject it, was made for the car community to reject it, and just to get eyeballs on everything else. When Tesla inevitably does make a truck, they're going to make a normal looking pickup truck because that's what holds sheetrock. That's the whole deal with a pickup truck. You have to hold standard sheets of plywood in the back if you want a contractor to buy the darn thing. Otherwise, you're making a Subaru Baja. It's going to fail. So good question. Got me all riled up on that. Anyway, so amount of food, amount of booze. Fred, if we're going to space later, I'm going to be drinking wine because that's all I have left. Juan, what are your thoughts on the Mach-E Stang? Excellent question. The electric Mustang. It shouldn't have a Mustang logo. I don't care. The Mustang has been derivative from Jump. The Mustang badge is not sacred. What was the first Mustang? Was that a new car? No. That was a Falcon. A Mustang was a copy from Jump. Second generation Mustang. Is that a real Mustang? No. It's a Ford Fairmont. It's a Fox platform. Third gen Mustang. Is that a real Mustang? No. It's built off the Ford Pinto platform. Excuse me, I went backwards. That was the second gen. Mustang 2 is a Pinto platform. Third gen Mustang, Fox platform. Same as, the Mercury Zephyr and Ford Fairmont. Fourth gen, SN95, still kind of based on the Fox platform, but now it's its own thing, kind of. So maybe it wasn't until the SN95 that the Mustang kind of became its own thing. S197, sure. That's kind of my favorite Mustang, the S197. Anyway, so no, I don't care. The Mustang always evolves. Get past yourselves. But, it's just, you know what? It's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. Oh, that's 4 doors. I want to drive it. People are going to be upset because they're going to have like an S197 freaking 3-valve modular, and a Mustang E is just going to go zip. Anyway, check your email. Train things in there. Oh, okay. F5 to freedom. UK trains. We got a bunch of stuff in here. Something Denver, BMW i3. Okay, trains. Okay, Brian, I sent you a super chat over YouTube. I'm reading my email now. I sent you a super chat over YouTube during your live stream about driving a train. First, to clear some things up. In the UK and presumably in the US too, driving a locomotive does not require so much bullshit in terms of paperwork on heritage and preserved lines. Does that say if it's a tourist line, it's fairly common practice for us to run driver experience days on both steam and diesel locomotives? Admittedly, the price of those are hefty, but I suspect I can lightly get that waived if you are going to make a video onto the subject. Now, I'm going to be dirty, so that's the thing. Now, I'm not writing in an official capacity as a representative of the railway. Okay. I'm just writing to confirm that, yes, I'm serious and I can make this happen, along with seeing that you are indeed interested in driving a train. We are not a grand operation, but we have a series of shunting switcher locomotives and big diesel locomotives, which happen to be privately owned, as also a former mainline engine. If this is something you're interested in doing, I'll take this up the food chain, but details may have to wait. We're currently running the Polar Express. That's eating a ton of time and directional staff. The thing about driving, I assume that the thing about driving a train is going to be easy, but filming it going by, can I run next to the train and film it? There's probably laws against that. And then people are very passionate about trains. And for me to just talk about men kissing while shoveling coal, that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. Maybe in the UK, they'd be more open to that. Doing RCR sometimes isn't easy when I want to make the jokes I want to do. It's Victorian England. You're shoveling coal and kissing other men. And this is the only time you can be alone and be yourself. You both wipe each other with oily rags. Three men in a boat. It's getting late, guys. Let me have a look. Let me type in here. See what we got for Phoenix. We have the i3. Because we also need a camera car we're on Phoenix. There's a guy named Zane who has an i3, and we've used it for filming in the past before, like when we were down at the Lane Motor Museum. We used an i3 as a camera car there. Are you interested? For sure, I'd love to help out. Something, close friend. It's them two competition package. The 6MT. If you're dead set, I'm pretty confident I could find you one to. Wait, what? So you don't have an i3? You do have an i3? When I'm confused now. Oh, you got to trade the i3 in. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was excited to find a camera car I was familiar with, and we used an i3 before while on the road. So I got to find a different camera car. I mean, at this point, just a general SUV would do. Are you wearing an RCR bathrobe? If not, missed opportunity. No, I'm just wearing an RCR hoodie. We have them on Redbubble, but hopefully I'll have my own store in the future. He's not taking any more super chats for anyone new. Well, thank you, sir, for Control C and Control V, that thing here. Anyway. So, Phoenix. Mustang SVT Cobra Terminator by Austin Lemire. That looks neat. Oh, it's a convertible too. That is interesting. What does the week of St. Patrick's Day look like for you? I'm sorry for people in Phoenix who are getting these, just because it's getting late here and I'm itching to go to space playing Star Citizen. So it's going to be Control C and Control V cars in Austin. So what else have we got in Austin? We got the 88 Mercury XR. Oh, it's a guy. Mercury. Oh, Phoenix. Okay, come to Phoenix. This guy I didn't get back to. I'm gonna just bump his email. Guy with a Raptor. Okay, this is a guy with a collector car auction. I'm interested in stuff like that. Would Monday, December 2nd, yeah, can I call this guy? This guy with an auto museum down in Phoenix who said he was interested in letting us have a go in a bunch of stuff. So Monday, December 2nd, let's see, 1 p.m. at Mountain Standard Time. So that's 3 p.m. Call. There's his name. Okay. Well, almost time to call it a quits night. I just want to email a few more people. Yaris, Plymouth Sport Fury, Infiniti Q50. GTI Rabbit Edition, 1996 Mazda 626. BMW R1200, Chevy Spark, Delta 88. Ooh. Kia Sportage, Porsche Boxer, GMC Yukon, Honda Super Cub. Kind of interested in that little Honda Super Cub. We haven't done a bike in a while. 1979 Camaro, 2003 Volkswagen Super Beetle. A lot of people asking if I'm coming back to Florida. Chris, do you ever do videos in Florida? Yes, but I don't have plans to come back there soon. No way you can drive a train in Unit SA on any railroad, regardless of their function, is connected to the National Railroad System. The FRA rules apply. Yeah, sounds right. 89 Ford Bronco 2. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh. Yes. As Matt Fair would say, Daddy Reiki. 93 Ford Probe GT. Ford Fusion, DR650, Pontiac GTO, K5 Blazer. For people just joining me now, I'm just looking. I'm looking at cars for our Phoenix trip, Phoenix, Arizona. 68 Thunderbird. 59 Rambler. 02 Supra, already did one. 86 Toyota pickup, that's nice. 95 Eldorado, MV Agusta, Ford Contour SVT. Ford Fiesta 1.0 EcoBoost. A Vanagon. A 2006 Mongoose Dolomite, what is that? Oh, it's a bicycle. 93 Explorer, Silverado, 98 Prelude, second gen. Kind of interested in that. 97 Park Avenue. So there's nothing really exotic apart from that classic car museum. So that's where we're going to put our eggs and see what the other people are doing. I'm right now, while doing these streams, I got a few people from other parts of the country that I'm just 2006 Jaguar SBA that I got from other parts of the country that I'm just cataloging. Some of these are formatted incorrectly, so unfortunately they get deleted because they're just going to fall into the abyss of my email anyway. Review 608 tower crane? What is this? What? A crane. Well, I know I am coming to Denver. When? When am I coming to Denver? Like, this is literally a piece of construction equipment. I wrote it down when I'm coming to Denver. But it's just going to be May. August. Hey, Brian, just wondering if you might like to review an MD 608 tower crane when you come through Denver for your ski trip this winter. Well, it's not going to be winter. It's now going to be summer. Also, for my shop on the East Coast, still waiting to get my 86 Mercury Cougar into Bruce Hens for fire up and tuning. Dude, shaping up to an epic snow year out here. Thanks for the laugh. And this is the pitch. Or yes, I'm the lead operator for company. Was not a joke. Okay. This is strange, but I would like to hear you out. Send. And Mercedes C2A, California or Phoenix. Does that mean a guy? Mr. Regular, while I'm in California, I can easily make it out to Phoenix. Send pics later. I don't want you to drive all the way to Phoenix. All right. So, yeah, weather in Phoenix is great. So that concludes tonight. I'm going to pour myself some wine and play Star Citizen and get some more food. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to everybody who donated to Super Chat. You're helping RCR get out there. RCR Phoenix in March, probably the week of St. Patrick's Day. I don't know. I do want to have a RCR meet, but I don't know where and I don't know how. We have to have it in a safe place where the local constabulary won't have a problem. Other than that, thank you to everybody who donates to the Patreon. That funds our travel budget as well. RCR Australia 2021, RCR Japan 2022. Have a very good night, guys. I hope to do some more Vaporwave tracks and maybe make some good sleeping music to go in. Andrew says, is Bruce Hen's garage good? Yes, it's very good. It's also very popular. So there is a waiting list, but if you need to have specific work done, like hot rod stuff or tuning stuff, there is a waiting list, but he's worth every penny. Honest man too. So, and a great team he has there. So have a very good night, guys. Have a very good night, everybody. And thank you for hanging out with me while I read emails and talk to you guys. It's been a pleasure.